Hello friends, do you have 20 minutes to spare? If so, join me in today's video and get some cleaning and homemaking accomplished. We're making beds, folding laundry, washing bedding, sweeping, loading the dishwasher, scrubbing pots and pans, and finishing up the day making a delicious chicken noodle casserole. So pop my video on your TV, tablet, or phone and clean along with me, or sit back and relax with your favorite drink and stockpile this cleaning motivation for future use. Hope you enjoy! Don't forget to like my video, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notification for more inspiring, motivational videos. Let's be friends on Instagram too. You can find me at Home with Elizabeth. Good morning, friends. We are starting out in my bedroom getting this bed made, and then we're going to get some of my laundry folded that has been sitting around for a few days. I just need to get it folded and get it put away. And while we do that, I want to welcome you back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Elizabeth. I'm a 52-year-old wife and stay-at-home mom to 7 adult/teenage children. I have 2 girls aged 27 and 23. I have 3 boys aged 21, 18, and 16. I also have 2 bonus boys. They're my 17-year-old twin nephews that I have custody of. On my channel, you're going to find cleaning motivation, cleaning inspiration, a little bit of organization, decluttering, and even decorating. But what you're going to find lots and lots of is real life. I like to keep it very real here on my channel and share my perfectly imperfect life with you all. I strive to help others not feel so alone in this world and to help them realize that the best way to live their life as is their most perfectly imperfect self also. So if this sounds like content that you would enjoy watching, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I'd love to have you be part of my community. So friends, today is a nice, short, sweet video. I just was trying to get little bits and pieces of stuff done around my house that just needed done. It's just basically my everyday stuff. I always make my bed, I always have laundry to wash and dry and usually fold. I always have a dishwasher to load, I always have dishes to wash, and I usually always have something that needs either swept or mopped. But that's okay, these videos are good because it just shows you that my real life is probably exactly like your real life. It's nothing glamorous, it's nothing exciting. It's just normal. It's just perfect for me. So while we're watching this video and you have the music cranked up and perhaps my voice cranked up, let's continue talking about things that I want to give you guys to help you. I say in my little intro spiel that I am all about living a perfectly imperfect life, and I want you guys to realize that that's the best way to live. The best way to live is you, no one else, what makes you happy, what you can do, what makes you perfectly imperfect, because we all are imperfect. But what we need to do is we need to embrace that and realize that individuality is normal. It's not odd. It's not something that, we need to be ashamed about. We just need to realize that how we are is how we are, and we're just going to try and live our lives the best to our ability like that person. So as you see, I'm done folding all my laundry. We're going to put these ones in my dresser that belong, and then we're going to hop over to the closet and get some hung up and get my dirty clothes cleaned up off the bottom that have been accumulating while my clean clothes sat in my dresser. But we're going to continue planning for imperfection because the best way to live life is as your most imperfectly perfect self. We've talked about flexibility. We've talked about self-compassion, giving ourselves grace. We've talked about good enough cleaning, and all of those things, I always say progress, not perfection, in all of those. right there, my camera battery died, or I don't think I pushed play because I had a nice cool angle. I just loaded my middle son's bedding into the washer so that we can get it washed for him. And then that was an extra sheet there at the end that I'm always like, as sheets get worn, I throw them out and then just buy like single fitted sheets, because no one in my house uses top sheets except for my husband and I. So that's all that was. Is the weekend before this, when we'd grocery shopped, we'd picked up an extra flat sheet. So now we're going to start talking about modification. And I talked a little bit about this, especially within the flexibility category and the giving ourselves grace categories. But we're going to talk about essential cleaning tools and modifications. For anyone, it doesn't have to be someone like me who is older. You know, I'm in my low 50s, and as I age, I get slower and slower and things get harder and harder. But for anyone, modifications are for anyone from age 2 to 99. It's just stuff we have to do to get things done, and we just have to do them, friends. There should be no shame, no guilt. If you need modifications, if you need special tools, just do it, as Nike says. The first thing we're going to talk about is anything long-handled or telescopic. We all know the Swiffer brand out there that has the dusters that have telescopic. We all have brooms, we all have mops that can adjust and stuff like that. We need to use those types of things, anything with those extendable handles, for when we're mopping, dusting, getting things behind couches, in the corners, in the high corners. You know, instead of bending, instead of reaching on your tiptoes, you know, use those tools to help you accomplish those jobs. Even think outside the box for like scrubbing your shower walls or scrubbing your tub. The Dollar Tree makes a cleaning system for your floors and for your dusting. It's one handle with multiple heads, which is great. You just buy the one handle and then you buy any type of head you want. And I've used them, friends. You've seen me. I use the mop head, which has a sponge and a squeegee on the side, for my windows. I have a microfiber, it's almost like a triangle that I use to get in the corner. But they're so easy to use and they're so reasonably priced. If I remember correctly, they're anywhere from just $1.25 to $1.75 per head. So you buy the one handle, and as things arise, cleaning jobs arise, you can buy those heads that fit that handle. The second thing we're going to talk about is robotic and lightweight vacuums. There's a million brands out there of robotic vacuums. They handle floors automatically, and they not only sweep your floors, but there's ones out there that mop. They reduce that burden of heavy vacuums, heavy mopping systems. But of course, when you think of robot vacuums, those aren't always in our budgets. I know a lot of times they're not in my budget, but then you have to, again, think outside the box. Get on Amazon, get on Google, search up lightweight cordless vacuums. I did a real quick search when I was, writing my notes and researching this for you guys, and I found Walmart has a Dirt Devil 4-in-1 cordless vac. It has attachments and everything, and it was less than $45. So there are options out there. We just need to look for them, friends. Our next category that we can talk about is electronic scrubbers, motorized devices. And again, don't think high tech. I know when we hear that type of stuff, we think high tech. It doesn't have to be. Yes, there are high tech electric scrubbers out there for showers and sinks, and they are great because they reduce the need for repetitive hand scrubbing or heavy hand scrubbing, intense hand scrubbing. But we need to remember that we don't need the top model. Look for things that are in your budget. Find ones that you can use for multiple things. Find ones that you can use for your floor, your sink, your shower. Don't be like, I have to have one for this, I have to have one for that, I have to have one for that. Look for one that's multi-purpose so you're getting more bang for your buck. And heck, around Christmas time, all the big box stores have electric toothbrushes, usually for like stockings and stuff. They're usually anywhere from $5 to $7. That would even be a good tool to have, to just throw in your arsenal. Use that until you save the extra few bucks to get a bigger one. Even something just like that will cut down your work by a lot. So we have just been vacuuming my bedroom, and you saw that dirt that came out of there. I've actually been able to open my windows a little bit, friends. Not a lot, usually only about an hour or two a day. And I have to make sure I kick off my furnace because it does kick on, because it is still really cool here in the Northeast. But the sun is shining so much that I want that sunshine and that fresh air coming in my windows to start to air my house out, from all the winter dust and debris and smells being clogged up. So my room is starting to get extra dust and fuzz and stuff like that in it. So it felt so good to get that out of there. And of course, we loaded my dishwasher. I always have dishes to load. And this particular day, I had a ton of pots and pans to wash. This was a spaghetti pot that was left over from the night before. We had a pan, like a frying pan, that was used in the morning for breakfast. We had one that was used the night before to like cook meat and stuff like that. So we were just using my Dawn Platinum to get those clean, and we're just putting them in the sink to dry. And of course, I always just scrub out my sink. I don't always use the big guns. There I just used I did pick up a real bottle of Dawn power wash, power spray. So we're just using that instead of dragging out the barkeeper's friend. And next we're going to head into the bathroom to get the rest of the towels put away. And while we're doing that, the third thing, I think we're on the third thing I want to talk about. Grabbers and reaching tools. Now friends, you've seen them all. Especially if you're my age, you've seen them on the late night infomercials. I remember when that stuff you could buy COD, cash on delivery. But they're tools that you use for picking up things like loading the washing machine, accessing low shelves without bending over, getting glasses from high cupboards. And friends, that's what you see me do a lot. And I don't have a grabber. I have a pair of tongs that I bought at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. Now, they're the tongs I use for cooking. So again, don't think that you need to go out and buy a $15 item, a $20 item. Look for stuff around your house that has dual purposes. So friends, I showed you my menu. Not my menu, my recipe paper. You can either go back and screenshot it, but I think I really only showed the ingredients, not necessarily the instructions, but I do have it linked down below, and I do this time. I forgot the last time I made my soup to put the recipe, but I did put the recipe for this chicken noodle casserole in my description box below. Now friends, this is one of my kids' and myself's favorite recipes. It really is just like homemade chicken noodle soup. It's so good, it's so filling, it's so comforting, and I jazz it up or make it harder, I guess I should say, than what my recipe is. So this is my roux, friends. I explained it in one of my last videos. Now the recipe calls for just plain old cream of chicken noodle soup, but I actually prefer my homemade chicken noodle soup better. It's just basically the roux made with chicken broth and like garlic powder, some chicken bouillon, some poultry seasoning, stuff like that. So I do make it a little harder than it is in the recipe, but it tastes better to me. So we are just mixing this up. It's basically just a bunch of ingredients you mix up, you put in a casserole, and you bake it. And while I am putting this all together, while you watch me, you can watch me put the ingredients in, we're going to talk about one of the last things for things that can help us with mobility and modifications. And it's wheeled storage or wheeled transport. And I know you think, what in the world, Elizabeth? Like, what is that? But when we break it down, it's basically using a cleaning cart or a caddy with wheels. It helps you move your supplies from room to room. It holds everything for you, and you're not always bending over to pick something up and carrying heavy things around. You wheel it around. You can also attach wheels to heavy items like your trash can or your coffee machine to make cleaning underneath those easier. Now, friends, I'll admit that last part that I said about attaching wheels to heavy items to clean over them, that's such a great idea. I had never even thought of that. Like, I wouldn't have thought of that, but it is a great idea. So again, I'm going to talk about, and it seems like I'm always talking about this, is you think outside the box. Friends, I'm a very frugal person, and I don't like to spend a lot of money, so I always try and find ways around it. So for thinking outside the box for this item, this line item, is let's search items that aren't necessarily listed or described as carrying carts or caddies. Think like planters with wheel or dollies. Think about if you're yard sailing this summer and you see a stroller. Think about mini folding shopping carts. Like, it doesn't have to be eye-catching, friends. It doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be useful. We're just using it to help us clean, which in turns helps us live our lives better, our lives easier. So friends, I just threw the casserole. I took the casserole out of the oven and threw the biscuits in, and they cooked for about 13 to 14 minutes. So while they were doing that, I had to come down here and get the rest of my son's bedding out of the dryer and get his first load from the washer to the dryers. So yes, friends, there are days that sometimes at 6:30 at night, I'm still working on laundry. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, and especially on days when I do their bedding, it's a long day of laundry for me. But that's okay, friends. We'll get through it. We'll all survive. But I only have about 2.5 minutes left, and I want to thank you for being here, friends. Thank you for clicking on my video. You'll never know how much I appreciate it. I appreciate it beyond words. It makes my day knowing that you guys enjoy my videos. And if I could ask you to do one thing, give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, if you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful. It just lets YouTube know all these things. It lets me know all these things. It'll also tell YouTube that says, hey, there's a person out here in YouTube land searching for motivation like this, and they'll suggest that to them so that maybe I can reach a few more people out there. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, why the heck not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then that bell notification so you never miss another one of my videos. I release every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and sometimes on Thursdays too. But I'm still not going to put that in my spiel because the first time I have a Thursday come around and I don't have a video, I don't want people coming for me. So guaranteed Mondays, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to serve up this dinner right here, and all 4 boys were home this night, plus my husband and I. So you're going to see how much I actually serve for dinner this night and how much is left. This is a giant casserole. It's a 9 by 13, and so it made enough for dinner and then enough for like 3 people to have extras. I think someone ate it for breakfast the day before, and then 2 of the boys took it to school for lunches. But I'm going to let you go, and I will see you in my next video. So until then, friends, have a great day, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.